Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome, and we are continuing our dive into the mechanics of Rogue Trader from OwlCat. So if we take a look here at tabletop, you'll see each weapon rolls a damage of 1d10 plus something. Now, some of them are 2d10. There's up to 5d10. 2, 4, I believe. There you go. Man, portable las cannon is 5d10. So all of them are going to do a certain number of d10 dice plus a number, right? So for instance, our standard auto gun is going to give us a number between 1d10 plus 3. So we're going to get 4 to 13 will be our range within this one. Now, if we roll a 10, a natural 10 on any of these dice, then we get what's called Righteous Fury. And that means we get to roll the attack again, I believe with a slight negative, but we roll the attack again. If we hit again, then we roll damage again. If I roll a natural 10 on one of the d10s, for damage, then I get more Righteous Fury. And so you get kind of this exploding die mechanic, which I generally really like. So, how does Righteous Fury work in the game? Well, it works a little bit different. And that's because initially, remember, in tabletop, you're rolling a d10, right? And we're not rolling d10s for damage in this. They've changed the way the damage of the weapons works. So if we take a look at Adira's weapon right here, you see her sniper rifle does 14 to 18 damage. Now, that's obviously not a spread of 10, right? It would be like a d10 plus 3 or something like that. I don't know what it is off the top of my head here, but it'd be something like that. So because we're not rolling d10s for damage, we're essentially rolling a 14 to 18. It doesn't work quite the same. So what they do is they just give you a 10% chance, a base 10% chance for Righteous Fury. Now, some skills will give you a bonus. So for instance, Adira here has a skill called Precision Strike. Now, if you study an enemy, then you can Precision Strike said enemy. And you can see here, it will give you a Righteous Fury bonus of 10 plus 2 times your intelligence bonus. Adira's intelligence bonus is 4, so 18 is our total after all the math is said and done. So she takes her shot. And in this case, she hits. So if we take a look here, we had a total hit chance, dodge, cover, everything else, of 55. So it says, our hit check was a 42 versus 65, which is interestingly enough. It might be because this, no, I'm not really sure why. I'm not really sure. I think that's probably just a bug there. Whether we needed a 55 or a 65, I'm not sure. One of those numbers is wrong. Regardless, we rolled a 42, which is under both of them. We got our hit. He made a dodge check. He failed that at 97. He needed a 16. We rolled a 9. We only needed a 28. So we made our Righteous Fury check. Cover chance, he had a 0% chance, so he wasn't going to get it one way or the other. Our initial damage is 35. So clearly, we did more damage than what our weapon is supposed to do in the first place, right? So if we take a look here, our weapon is 14 to 18. So as far as I can tell, we did essentially double. Maybe it gave us 2 damage rolls, and we rolled like an 18 and a 17, potentially something along those lines. That'd get us 35, I think, if my math is right. So I think that's probably fine. It did have a penetration of 3, but he had 0 deflection. So all he got was the absorption of 35%, which managed to soak 12 of it. And we end up with 28 final damage. Now we can right click on this, doesn't give us any additional information. So it looks like for us, Righteous Fury just gets you a second damage roll. Which means it doesn't really explode and continue on like it could in tabletop, or as long as you can continue to roll natural 10s on your damage, you're going to continue to get another hit and another potential chance at damage over and over and over again. This looks like it's just giving us more or less double damage, or a second damage roll, I think is probably more likely is what's happening, because I don't think we'd get the 35 if it's just giving us double. I think it just rolls twice. So now I had this all figured out at some point, and we're going to have to record it and re-upload it, but it is what it is. I couldn't get a Righteous Fury to fire when I recorded the first time. Now, interestingly enough, this one also gave us over-penetration, and I'm not 100% sure how this mechanic works, but you can see our sniper rifle did give us over-penetration. And so it went through. We had a 65% chance to hit the next guy. And you can see on this one, it actually told us 65. So I'm guessing that that's correct now. That 65 should have been the correct number all along. In this case, we rolled a 33. We made the hit. He got a dodge roll, but 0% chance. Righteous Fury, we missed that time. He didn't get his cover. But it says we did 26 damage with a penetration of 3, which is also more than our total damage that we should be getting. Let's take a look at our study enemies. Increases the incoming damage of the first adept's attack by our bonus. So we were getting an extra 4 damage in there, but in theory only to the first one. So I have no idea what's happening with the overpenetration. Did the initial damage from the first guy go through and we got another damage roll? Like I have no idea. I don't know, but we did another 23 damage on the next cultist behind him, which also killed him. So there's some other stuff going on. Again, we don't have a lot of tool tips or things happening on this, so we're guessing a little bit on that one. But Righteous Fury appears to be 2 damage rolls. What's happening with overpenetration, God knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.